Hi, this is Lori from happybirdsglitternest.blogspot.com, and today I'm going to be showing you how to make some really lovely little nativity ornaments. Now I'll be using this Epson presentation paper in matte to print my images, and I found this on Amazon. They also have this in the stores too, but this particular one I did purchase from Amazon. Now, when I did print the images, I printed them out as 8 by 10, and I made sure that the little box that says fit to frame was unchecked, okay? And I also used the specialty paper setting when I printed my image out, so I wanted to let you know that in advance. Now I will put links to this on my blog as well as in my Facebook group, and if you have any trouble finding any of the links that I mentioned in any of my videos, you can always email me at happybirdsglitternest@gmail.com. Okay, so with that said, let's move on and I'll show you what I did. Okay, so the first thing you're going to do is make your base, okay? And you're going to need to punch out with your 3-inch circle punch 3 80-pound white cardstock circles. And of course you all know that I buy my 80-pound white cardstock at Hobby Lobby. Okay? Then you're going to need to punch out with your 3-inch circle punch 2 of the Pen and Gear white glittered cardstock, and they have this in where the copier paper is, and it's shed free, of course. And you're going to glue one of those onto the front and then one on the back, okay, like that. You're going to put everything together with Fabri-Tac, all right? And then you're going to put something with some weight on it on the top to allow it to dry, okay? And it shouldn't take too long to dry. And once you're finished with that part, you're going to take your 2.5-inch circle punch and you're going to punch out 4 80-pound white cardstock circles, okay? And that's all. And then you're going to glue all these together using your Fabri-Tac as well. And of course you're going to put something with some weight on it, okay? And allow that to dry. So once you have these bases made, then come back to this video and I'll show you the next step. Okay, so the next thing I did was I purchased the digital download of this beautiful little nativity set. And I just thought it was so pretty because it was in soft blues and pinks, and I really loved that. And this set is by Digital Paper on Etsy, okay? And I'll make sure to give you her link on my blog and in my Facebook group. And if you have any trouble finding it whatsoever, you can always email me at happybirdsglitternest@gmail.com and I can send you the link directly. But I will put all the links on my blog that I mentioned here today at happybirdsglitternest.blogspot.com. You just scroll down past all my free patterns, and when you see a picture of this project, it'll be right there for you. Okay? Now, this set included a lot of different papers and whatnot, but I'm showing you the pages that I'm using today. Now, I thought that these would look beautiful as ornaments. I will be doing the Holy Family here off camera, and Mother Mary and Jesus on camera with you, okay? And then I also cut out some pretty little pink poinsettias that I'm going to be fussy cutting. And of course I can do that because I used this adhesive laminating sheets that I've showed you in my other videos as well. And I love these laminating sheets because to me it's a really nice way of making your images pop and giving it that shine without having to use resin. So we'll be doing this together, okay? And once again, this is by Digital Paper on Etsy, okay? So of course I'm not going to be fussy cutting these all in front of you today, but I did want to work on these two images to show you what to do. Now, we punched these out, and of course I'm just going to take my precision scissors and very carefully, very slowly, going to cut around the edge here. Alright, and you don't want to cut into the paper. It's okay if you leave a tiny little edge to it. I'd rather have you cut on the outside than cut into the paper, because you can always fix that, and I'll show you how in a moment. Now, of course, like I said, I'm not going to be doing all this cutting in front of the camera, but just kind of want to give you a little head start here. And I'm going to go all the way around, just like this. Okay. And then when you do that, of course, the back part here falls off. Okay. It's just paper, but the front is laminated. So I think that looks pretty good, actually. So you're going to take the smallest part of your base that you glued together, and you're going to glue it right on here, okay? You're going to do that with your Fabri-Tac. In fact, you know what? I'm going to put it right here on the actual base. Okay. And you're going to be very careful not to get glue on top of the self-adhesive laminating sheet, because you want it to look really nice. You don't want to have a bunch of glue smudges on it. That would not look good. Alright, and then you're going to allow this to dry, and if you need to, if you feel like there's a lot of edges that need trimming, you can lay your scissors against the edge and just very carefully go around it. You see how this is doing this? And I'm being very gentle. I'm not, I'm making sure my scissors are straight. They're not tilted. There might be some edges that need cutting still and other edges that don't. And this will help you get off all that excess self-adhesive sheet that you couldn't cut into just a moment ago. See how I'm just doing it a tiny bit at a time? So I'm going to go around the whole thing, and if it, when it feels good to you, you're going to take this Dollar Tree sanding block, and I use the finer side, okay? And there's even finer than that here at the ends, okay? And very gently I'm going to do this downwards until everything is evened out and smoothed. And I'm just being very gentle with it. I'm going to go all the way around. Okay, and as you can see, it's looking pretty good. Okay, but just continue to do that until you think this looks very nice. Don't overdo it though. Okay, And then we'll be back. I'm going to do that with this one too when we're off camera, okay? Okay, so I think this turned out very nice. Okay, so now you're going to take one of the larger bases that you made, okay, and you're going to take your fabric tack and you're going to glue this directly in the center. Now this part is important, that you find that center, okay, and glue it directly in the center. You're going to want to leave this ledge open, and that's what I kind of do, is I look at the edge part right here, and I look to see if everything looks even from that point. And then you're going to glue it on and allow this to dry, okay? And then we'll be back. Okay, so the next thing we're going to do is we're going to take this 3mm pearl trim and put it right around here in the middle part, okay? And we're going to start by using our fabric tack here. Make sure the nozzle is very clean. And I'm just going to put just a little bit like this right around the edges. And I'm just going to turn the ornament like this. Not going crazy with the glue. Oops. Okay. I think that's just about it. Alright. So now we're going to take the 3mm trim and press that right against the middle part here. Okay, so now I'm going to take my scissors and cut that, push that in like that. Okay, see how nice that turned out? Okay, now we're going to wait until this is dried enough where I can continue working with this. And since we glued down our 3mm pearl trim, we're going to glue down some 3mm AB rhinestone right next to that, using the same method, okay? But I'm going to take just a few at a time and press them down as I go along, so the chain won't accidentally turn on its side. Okay, and I'll show you about that in a moment. We just want to make sure that this is fairly dried before we start the next step, okay? Okay, so now we're going to put some glue right here along this edge, turning as we go. I don't know, hold on for a moment. There we go. I think it's a little slow coming out. I'm getting to the tail end of this bottle and I need to go to Walmart and get another one. Okay. So now I'm going to take this 3mm AB chain and I'm going to lay down just a few rhinestones at a time, like I said before, so they won't tip over on their side. It's very easy to do this. You're just going to press it down. Yeah, if you don't take them just a few at a time, it's easy to do this. And you can purchase 3mm chain on Amazon by the roll or by the yard. I know companies like Temu and AliExpress have it as well. Just type in the words 3mm rhinestone close chain or something like that. And I always put AB if I want the colored stones, or clear if I just want it clear. Sometimes I like to specify in my search because they'll give me all different kinds if I don't. Okay, so now I'm going to take my jewelry flush cutters here. Boy, I need a new pair of those too. They're getting pretty bad. Okay. And I think I'll do it. Yeah. And then I'll lift this up to show you the results. This is what we have so far. And I'll put the camera head up in a minute. You really can't quite see all the shine because I have my camera pointed almost straight down at an angle. So now we're going to give this a little while to dry, maybe about 10-15 minutes, and then we're going to come back in again, only this time it's with our 3mm pearl trim, and right here at the very bottom we're going to put some Fabri-Tac glue and put this pearl trim all the way around, okay? So we'll be back. Okay, so now we're putting the 3mm chain around the edge here. So I'm just taking this a little at a time, and be careful when you're gluing. You don't want to drag the glue bottle across your image or anything like that, because then that glue is on that. And watch your fingers too if you have gluey fingers. Just have a little bit more to go. I'm going to try to get all the way there to the end. There we go. Okay, so the next thing we're going to do is we're going to put on a bail. You can buy these by the package at Hobby Lobby. And I'm just going to line it up with the lines on my mat here. Now honestly, you don't have to use a bail if you don't want to. You can just take some ribbon and put it in a loop shape, I should say, and just glue it right onto the back of the ornament. If you'd like to do that, you can. There's a lot of different ways that you can attach this. Now, like I said, I'm going to be lining this up, and I'm going to try to find just about where I want it to hang. And I think that looks pretty good right about here. Like that. Yeah, I think that looks pretty good. That's about where I want it, I think. Alright, now I used Fabri-Tac, but you can use anything you want. You can use E6000, just any type of glue that will adhere to metal and paper. Okay, so we're going to allow this to dry, and if you want to attach a charm, you can. Let me show you here. I have what is called an earring bail, and as you can tell, it's a little different because the loop faces the front. You see the eye facing the front? These are called glue-on earring bails, and if you go to Amazon, they have them there. They have them other places too. You just have to type in the words glue-on earring bail, B-A-I-L. And these are just plain glue-on bails. Okay? So I'm going to try to line this up the best I can. I'm going to put some glue, and I already attached the charm to it because for me it's just a little easier to do it that way than to try to fidget with it once this bail is already on. Okay, I think that's pretty close to about right. Let's see. Hey, that's pretty good. I think it lined up really well. So the thing that we're going to have to do now is we are going to have to, there we go. We're going to have to let it dry, okay? Make sure that's straight on there. Okay. And you're going to allow this to dry, and then we'll come back and do the final part or parts of this ornament. And I think you're going to like it when it's finished. It'll look really pretty, I think. Okay, so I want to show you this first of all. Isn't that pretty? And so I took a piece of the nail file and I cut it, okay? And so what I'm going to do is, I think I'm going to pick this white spot and I'm just going to sand it a little bit. Like this. Alright. And then a little bit around here. There we go. A little like that. And then I'm just going to take this brush and brush it off. Now I'm using this Stickles, and this is in diamond. Okay, and so I'm just going to put this right here. Oops, I'm going to have to get a needle here. Okay. Alrighty. And there we go. Alright, so I'm just gonna put some in here. Okay, so I took a pin and I slid it in and out of the Stickles in diamond. So I'm gonna put this here, and then I'm just gonna put this right around here, like that. There we go. And I'm just going to put it all the way around. And just like this, and then down like this. Okay. And after I put this on, then I'm going to put some ultra fine glitter on top of that. Okay, so I'm going to get that pen again with a pearl head. And there we go. Squirt it out a little bit here. And a little bit here. Okay, I thought that was very pretty. Alright, so now I'm going to put the cap back on, Stickles. And you see this? I've had this forever. It's called Fine Prisma Glitter. And I'm just going to put a little bit right here in my hand. And just going to put some here. And of course right here. Then all the way down here. Okay. So after this dries, I'm going to go back in with a little brush here, and I'm going to sweep away all the ultra fine glitter. Okay? And I'll do that on my other ornament that I'm doing behind the scene as well. Okay? So we'll be back. Okay, so I let this dry overnight, and I went in with a soft brush like this and cleared off any type of glitter that might be on there. Alright, so then I took the little poinsettias that I laminated, and I put a little tiny blue self-adhesive rhinestone. And I got this package a long time ago from the Paper Studio. It was marked down to $2.24. So I grabbed it, and it's been handy for a lot of little things. And I also put a little pop dot on the back. This is the self-adhesive pop dots, and you get them from the Dollar Tree. Okay. Although these are extremely sticky, I think I still would like to put a little bit of glue on those pop dots. So what I wanted to do is I wanted to place this right about here on the edge, okay? And I'm going to leave this open a little bit because I want to put a little bow there as well. So I'm thinking that I should probably put the bow up here first and then go back and kind of see how much room I have for the poinsettias. So do you remember in my last video I showed you the red organza roll by His and Hers in the wedding section at Hobby Lobby? And it was 3/8 of an inch, and I liked it because when you cut it, it didn't seem to unravel because it had these little seams right here. Well, I went back and I did find the ribbon in the wedding section, but they changed the name to the Robert Stanley collection. And it was $2.99, but this was 40% off this week. So I wanted to show you that. I bought one in pink as well. So I'm going to measure here probably about 10 inches because I like a little bit to work with and trim up. Okay. And so I'm just doing this. I don't want a huge bow, I just want something that's small. So I'm just gonna keep doing this until I come up with something that I like. Okay, I think that's pretty good. I'm going to cut the ends off here. So I don't want a large bow. I just want something to make it look nice, like that. I need to... Okay. So, excuse me. I have kind of a gravelly throat. Alright. Putting just a tiny dab of Fabri-Tac on the back, just a little bit, and I'm going to place it right here at the top. So we don't want anything too large because I want to be able to put those poinsettias here. So I'm going to give this a few minutes to kind of dry a little bit before I pick this up, okay? Okay, so now we're going to place the poinsettias here. Now originally I was thinking of using a pop dot and then just putting one on top of the other like that and putting it here, but I think it would look better kind of connected together and then placed about here and here, but I want to make sure that not all of the scarf area here is covered. Okay, so I'm going to peel this little piece of paper off the back of this pop dot, and even though it's really sticky, I still want to add a little bit of Fabri-Tac to this. I need a pin for this, I think. No, I'm okay. I just needed to be patient. Alrighty, so I think I'm going to set this right about here, maybe right about there, and then put the little one here. And then allow that to dry. Okay, I'm thinking about like that. Maybe about like that. I'm going to allow that to dry, and then I'm going to come back in for the last part and put some of this blue organza ribbon at the top, okay, for a little hanger there. Okay, so this is how this ornament turned out, and I'm going to show you how I put the ribbon on here at the top. I just took the same ribbon we made the bow from, and I cut 10 inches of this, and at the very end here I just put a little bit of Fabri-Tac and I allowed it to dry, and you can hardly see it, but I still slid that part after it dried underneath the bail. Okay, and I think it turned out really nice. I don't know if you can see the sparkle or not on camera. Sometimes it's hard to pick up. And then I made this one off camera. I thought this was pretty. And then of course this is the back, like that. So I think they turned out really nice. And I did want to show you one thing. I picked up some pink organza ribbon along with a blue, and they also had red and green there. But when I was going through the ribbons, I noticed some were $2.99 and some were $1.99. Now these were 40% off, so that didn't really bother me, but naturally, being the cheapskate I am, I tried to find the ones that said $1.99 first. I don't know if it's the same thing in your Hobby Lobby or not, but I think what happened is they were probably originally this price, and when they added the new stock, they upped it $1. That's what I'm thinking anyway. But I just wanted to let you be aware of that. So with that said, thank you so much for watching my videos. I really appreciate it. And God bless each and every one of you. And I will see you next Friday for another project, and I hope you'll love it.